Hey everyone, today we're painting this concept sketch and it took me roughly 2 hours and a half, so let's get started. Alright, so at first I was imagining this well-lit foreground with some characters in front of a dark background, like maybe some dark forest or some foliage, but as I was sketching I sort of shifted towards a more classic scene inside a forest with a little bit fantasy to it, and we have our character riding on a stag. And as you can see, with just a couple of lines, I planned the composition, and of course when you're tackling subjects like this, it's very important to have a couple of reference images. It helps a lot with maybe clothing, some information about the subject matters. It's always useful. Next step would be to figure out the mood, and you can start painting from the background, from the sky, let's say. It's the easiest, and also it's very important because it affects the lighting design for the whole image. So I'm going for a bit of a gloomy, a bit foggy scene in the forest. I'm still getting a feel for the values and I'm not committing too hard, but already in the foreground tree I'm pushing the darks a little bit more. Also creating a bit of an atmospheric perspective and filling in all the shapes from the sketch phase. Basically at this part, don't worry about describing the form, just make sure you're picking up some nice local values, make sure your composition is readable together with the focal point. Mostly we have a bunch of trees for now, so it's really easy for the image to get messy. Make sure you're managing your lines and your shapes accordingly. The focal point should be clear and the composition should support it. In cases like this, if you see that some areas get a little bit noisy or have some unnecessary contrast, feel free to simplify them, feel free to remove some of that contrast and make sure that our focal point is the main thing in the image. I didn't focus on the character yet, so now as the last element I'm blocking in a fitting value for it as well. And also don't forget to zoom in, zoom out from your image, make sure that everything is readable even at a thumbnail size. By the way, for those of you that want to learn more, I'm uploading the full process video with extra commentary on my Patreon page, together with original PSD files, extra brushes and high-res images, so make sure to check it out. As I was finishing blocking all those elements, I figured maybe it would make sense to add some sort of fog to the whole bottom part to remove some shapes and unify them. I also thinking that it would benefit the whole mood if we can give it some kind of a green yellow tint to it, like a hue to it. It could make it look a little bit more mysterious, dangerous, perhaps like some sort of toxic fog or something like that. Maybe it could create a richer story. Okay, it's time to detail and describe the character and the stag. We already have some ambient shadows, right? So time to tackle the color changes on the fur and give some attention to all the feature. There isn't a direct light source in this scenario, so I will rely on ambient occlusion, and most of the contrast will come from texture and local color changes. Alright, so at this stage we're trying to polish the whole image, make sure that we're not gonna mess our composition, and you can also notice that I've added a little bit of a vague light source that's been seen through the branches, and I might also add a little bit of a rim light to the characters and to everything that it's in its vicinity. Alright, at this stage we're looking across the whole image. I'm not stuck in one area, I just want to make sure that everything is polished and that I'm not ruining the composition that I established initially. So for the character, I didn't spend a lot of time, as you guys saw. It's just very quick breakdown through mass. Mostly the contrast comes from the change of local color, right? The face, the hair, the mantle, and all that stuff. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, please consider liking or subscribing, it helps a lot, and I hope to see you soon in the next one.